Welcome back to another Real Results Show Facebook Live. It's actually round 2 for today. We had Jen earlier today. And as we've been doing for the past however many rounds, we're featuring all of our industry expert speakers and exhibitors that are going to be rocking it at the FDN conference at the Hard Rock Hotel next weekend, November 1 through 3 in San Diego. So today I'm joined by our special guest, Dr. Jerry Bailey, who will be one of our honored speakers at the conference. So Jerry, how are you doing tonight, my friend?
I am good. I just finished with my last patient for the day. I was swamped and so excited to talk with you today and talk about what I'm going to talk about next, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday.
Exactly. It's, it blew my mind today. I was like, I'm getting on a plane to Seattle tomorrow, and then it's going to be, straight to San Diego. And it's just like, it's already here. So, it really is going to be an amazing event. We have a pretty sick lineup of speakers. I am a speaker, so, confirmation bias, maybe.
Maybe just a little.
See what
I'm a speaker too, so I'll say I'm closing the thing out. So, you guys put a lot of pressure on me to close this out. So hopefully I bring it enough to make you all proud.
There you go. See, I'm glad I'm not after you. I don't have to follow you up. You know what I mean? So I'm glad we did that way. Well, very good. So, give us a little bit of a sneak peek teaser of what you're going to be throwing down to, about 300 holistic functional practitioners.
Oh my gosh. So what I'm going to be talking about is men's hormone health, essentially. And what we're seeing in today, and particularly clinic in today that we're seeing, which will affect so many healthcare practitioners, including the health coaches with you guys, with FDN, that guys we're that little secret sauce that nobody's really talking about. We talk about testosterone really and prostate health and stuff, but what we're seeing today clinically is men are really mimicking women hormonally. And so it's what we talk about. There's a lot of research on it actually in PubMed. If you search PubMed, there's quite a bit of research and literature out there that really shows what's happening with guys today is the mimicking of women's hormones in men's levels. And so we're seeing that occur. We're seeing the adipose changes. We're seeing the decreased testosterone, libido changes, everything like that. I'm going to dig deep in both the science and the fun of it, because we have to have a little fun when we talk about guy stuff. Because guys, we don't talk about our issues ever. We keep it internal so something blows up. Keep it pressed down.
Just shove it way down there.
Shove it way down there, right to that prostate till we have some problems with the prostate.
Right.
So we're going to talk about the hormones, what the imbalances we're seeing clinically, both with blood work and particularly the urine testing that we do too. Dutch, I know Carrie's talking just before me, so we're going to bring in a little bit of Dutch fun there. And so we're going to talk about what we see clinically. And I see consistently across the board from my pubescent boys on to my older guys, and what I see across the board in that scenario of men mimicking women's hormones.
Absolutely. And it's so good that we are going to be kind of shedding some light on the subject, because it's certainly reaching chronic proportions. And like you said, dudes hormone health just doesn't get enough publicity. There's so much talk about women's hormone health and, estrogen dominance. And it's like, yeah, but that's not just a feminine exclusive problem. It's hormone imbalances don't discriminate. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Exactly.
Certainly pretty crucial.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like are, some of the main drivers of kind of the hormone epidemic we're seeing with dudes these days?
It's just like you said, as we see that it's women driven. Because it is. Women are taking the forefront, which is amazing. And we're being left behind a little bit, but we're here to kind of like push. Come on, guys, get forward here a little bit. But we're seeing the same exact things. It's endocrine disruptors in the environment, not only in our water supply, in our air, and in our ground itself. It's foods we're exposed to that are endocrine disruptors. It's the foods we're choosing to eat that are doing that. It's dysbiosis within the GI tract. There's tons of literature out there that shows that lipopolysaccharide and the endotoxemia that creates that leaky gut scenario that we all talk about, or if you're talking to medical providers, intestinal permeability. Let's get fancy with some terms there. And that creates not only leaky gut, leaky brain, so we see the neurodegeneration in guys and gals, and it also creates leaky testes and leaky prostate. So we see drop in testosterone levels, and we see an increase in PSA, and we see an increase in issues with autoimmunity against the prostate and against the testes there. So it's across the board. It's the same thing. Endocrine disruptors in the environment, food choices, lack of exercise, poor water quality, poor water choices there. So it's across the board the same things.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And it's so many things. And that's where it's so fun to kind of study all this stuff of how it all is fitting together. And obviously that is the holistic functional, revolution that we're kind of in today, because we can't just, focus on endocrinology in a bubble and just look at biochemical hormone pathways, because as you said, the, LPS driven endotoxemia in the gut and we've got to be looking at that full holistic picture. And today's world has never been more toxic. Our lifestyle has never been more toxic, both kind of literally, psycho-emotionally, metaphorically, and everything in between.
Exactly. And we see that. And so where, as I talk to clients and work with my patients all the time is, I always say, pardon the holistically, we kind of step back and go, here's you as a whole. And then we kind of go in and go, okay, what does this forest look like? What do these individual trees look like? The hormones, the organs, the intertwining of those, stepping back out and going, how's this affecting a system of, whether it's a hormone and an organ to system to entity, and then the organism in and of itself. And then how is that intertwining occurring through there, and not just get really myopic and go, oh, it's just this one single issue. Is, well, what caused that issue, and what are the domino effects leading from there or leading to there that brought about that symptom or about that disorder or disease, or in a lot of cases too. And I'm sure a lot of the practitioners with you guys, and I know practitioners out that I see all the time and work with, is their blood work looks great. That looks normal, quote unquote. They can't find anything wrong. I mean, just yesterday I had 2 new patients and 2 new patients today too. Same thing. Their blood work looked great. There wasn't anything wrong, but they felt like absolute, pardon my French, crap. And the doctors are like, well, here in the typical, here's your SSRI, your antidepressant, here's your anti-anxiety. And it's like, gosh, after talking with you for a little bit, we need to look at your gut. We need to look at your liver function. We need to look at, the dermatological, why you're getting these rashes and things. And it's all intertwined, and stepping back out and going, we're one big chemical loo. We all of our systems work together, and it's not just one little thing going wrong. If you plug, when I was teaching functional medicine and hormones and neurotransmitters, if you plug in a hormone into a body, yeah, a person's going to feel better, but how are they metabolizing that? What if they're particularly women? What if they're breaking that estrogen down to really poor levels of 16-hydroxyestrone? That's not good. We don't want to increase those risk factors. And the same thing with guys. We're seeing that estrogen dominance, as you said earlier. We see the same thing in guys. We're seeing estrogen dominance. I was one of them. My testosterone was 320. I mean, I'm 6 foot, 220 pounds. I can throw weight around. I've done Ironman, done half Ironman. I do CrossFit. I lift heavy. But my testosterone was low. And so I've actually gone on testosterone now and brought it back up. And actually, I feel better. I've lost body fat. I couldn't lose body fat to save my life, no matter what I did with diet and exercise. And so we see that estrogen dominance occurring. And once that occurs, just like in women, the estrogen loves fat and fat loves estrogen, and we get fatter.
Yeah, I can't tell you. Unfortunately, I do get a lot of dudes that reach out to me, and you know how dudes are, whereas women tend to be a little bit more holistic health conscious, whereas the dudes just like, bro, I got low testosterone symptoms. Like, let's do a hormone test. Tell me what to take for my hormones to go back up. And, obviously it just simply doesn't work that way. And I definitely feel like in today's world with all of the, I really look at the standard American lifestyle. It's a gut destroying lifestyle.
Oh, yeah.
And so then it's just like, it seems almost damn near impossible to have like optimal testosterone levels in today's world.
Yeah, exactly. Because of, like I said, gut changes, the endotoxemia from the LPS, the changes in testosterone or testicular response to LH and FSH, pituitary involvement from there, feedback involved from there, dietary. Yeah, I mean, number one thing, gluten and the hormones within all of our foods, everything we're doing, the chemicals we're putting on our bodies with deodorants and colognes and hair products and everything else. Those are all endocrine disruptors that are causing problems. And our water supply in particular, if we're drinking water, that's one of the things. Do you drink water? I drink coffee and beer, like water. We're seeing that in the water supply. If you live in a municipal water area where you're getting water from a city supply, it's designed to take out all that particulate matter, not drugs. And so our water supplies, and these studies have been done that showed our water supplies and municipal water supplies are full of pharmaceuticals. Estrogen in particular, women are excreting estrogen from the birth control pill through their system. We're drinking that, and that's causing part of that estrogen dominance also.
And I think copper sulfate too is put in the water supply, and then you're driving this kind of copper toxicity and driving estrogen. It's just like, man, we're kind of screwed. Like, how do we get our mojo back, tribe? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Population control.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is super cool. So what can attendees expect to like walk away with after watching you throw down some lecture on stage?
Well, hopefully they will be able to breathe when I'm done. I'm a little high energy, as you can see. We're going to have some fun. I use fun as part of the learning environment. If we're bored out of our gourd and just sitting there, you're not going to get it. So they're going to expect to hear, what are optimal levels, what tests optimally test for hormones and their metabolites, and how to use those and interpret those a little bit. What supplements that might be able to work to help build up testosterone levels in guys or help other things going on with them. And really how to dive deep to figure out why the guy has either low testosterone, low libido, increased fat mass, increased degeneration in the brain, all those processes that we see, how to figure it out, and then what to do about it.
Boom. Perfect. It's going to be, that's going to be an action-packed hour. And, honestly, I was joking with Carrie the other day, actually, because you know how Carrie is, where she'll throw down like 80 or 90 slides in, 45, 60 minutes. And it's like, I think we do have like 45, 50-ish minutes. It's like, action-packed. We just got to get to work.
Sit back, hang on, and buckle those seatbelts, people. We're going to fly.
Absolutely. Well, awesome, Jerry. It's going to be an honor to get to meet you in person, hear your lecture, get to share all the good vibes. When are you flying in?
I'm flying in Saturday morning, actually.
Cool.
I got to work Friday till the end of the day. There was no late flights. I'm coming from Northern Idaho, so I got a bright eye flight at 5 a.m. and we'll be there by, I think, 10 or 11 o'clock. I'll be there perfectly for lunch and the open space questions will be perfectly available for those.
Perfect. That'll be perfect timing. We're honored to have you there. So thanks for hanging out to me tonight. Can't wait to vibe with you more in person. I'm sure we can nerd out more. This was such a teaser. We got all the nerding to do. So this was good.
Oh, tons of it, man.
Cool, man. Well, enjoy your night. I'll see you in like 10 days.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Get ready to rock and have some fun with you guys.
Perfect. See you there.
All right.
Bye.